Tottenham fans getting in touch, as I knew they would. There's Ed in Enfield, one of many. Phil in Hertfordshire. Ed is saying, would I love Pochettino back? Yeah, I would love him back to manage Tottenham. There's talk of Pochettino coming back. Whether that comes to anything or not, it's another matter. But he says, I'd only love him back only if Daniel Levy actually backs him this time regarding transfers and the like. But whether or not Pochettino would want to return, though, is another matter altogether. I mean, I'm not that sure, Simon. I know Pochettino quite well. I knew him in his time at Southampton, and then, of course, at Tottenham. Went along to the training ground one morning, had a coffee and a good chat with Pochettino, and he loved life at Tottenham at that stage. But he's moved on. He's moved on. This is the club he played for. He played for PSG. He wanted the opportunity to manage them. He's dealing with A-list players now, and Neymar, Mbappe and the rest. Can you honestly see Levy pricing him out of there to get him back?
I think it's a difficult one to understand from either party's point of view. I mean, look, Pochettino ran his course at Tottenham, I think, for a variety of reasons. Some of it his own fault and some of it Daniel Levy's fault. The circumstances are still the same.
What was Poch's fault?
Well, I think that ultimately he didn't have the wherewithal with certain players. I think that he didn't have the ability to be able to leverage Daniel Levy to get him to do what he wanted with Daniel. And I just think there was if you look after the Champions League when they played in that semi-final, all the emotions that was at the outpouring of it, I thought took away from their opportunity in the final. And I think after that season, they weren't as good. They weren't as good. He wasn't as good as he could have been. He didn't seem to me to be as focused and as determined and as driven. I think he was more concerned about what he didn't have rather than what he did have. And I think he just run his course. I think that dressing room needed to be changed and maybe the voice needed to be changed. Now, bringing him back when the same circumstances probably exist, is he going to get more money from Tottenham Hotspur's ownership, whether it's Joe Lewis via Daniel Levy or Daniel Levy's autonomous in the budgeting? Is he going to get more? Have the circumstances changed? I don't think so. And then you add into the mix, well, he hasn't pulled up trees in France right now, right? But he has gone to PSG with far more economic opportunities, with certainly better players than currently Tottenham have got in certain positions.
Exactly.
Why would he?
Why would you?
Why would he come back to Tottenham unless there's a really good reason, and I can't find what that reason might be?
Yeah. What would it be? I mean, you know Daniel.
Yeah.
And I know Daniel Levy to an extent.
I can see it, because, I mean...
Can you see it?
I can see it because I think Tottenham are morphing into a club that does things for different reasons than that outcome. Mourinho was always an ugly fix. It was never a perfect...
I agree with that, but I wasn't most popular for saying that. You didn't quite go that far.
No, I didn't know. I went that far when he was first announced. I said, I don't see that fix. I don't see that as a perfect marriage. I think it's a marriage made in hell. I don't see Daniel and Jose having a relationship that's going to prosper.
No.
And then Jose came in, and initially he was the happy one, and he was talking about the value of the squad. So you've started to think maybe some of the lessons in life have been learnt from Jose, from some of the darkness of his attitude towards the problems he had at Man United. And bit by bit, it became what everyone thought it was going to be, which is the challenge that Tottenham Hotspur represents, which is there are a lot about image and style rather than winning things, and here we are now. But Daniel, I know that All or Nothing documentary only shows us a fly on the wall, but we saw certain sides of Daniel that were a little bit like there was a need to create an image about Tottenham, an image over substance. So I can see that coming back into play with Pochettino, but I think very rarely do you go back and make a success.
Well, that's the thing. That's the problem. And would it be a sign of strength on Daniel Levy's part, or would it be a sign of weakness that he wouldn't want to show, being at the top of Tottenham?
Well, I mean, it's no different. It's no different than Gold and Sullivan bringing David Moyes back, is it?
No, that's true.
You know,
Dan in Eggborough is one of many Tottenham fans saying Poch back. Well, hang on a second. Is this not the man who's been the first manager not to win the title in France in 10 years?
Well,
at
absolutely.
PSG. I mean, that's
he's a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
My view of Pochettino is he's a very good manager, but he's a bridesmaid, not a bride. And if Tottenham want to win something, they need a bride. They need someone to do it. Now, you would have thought that might have been Mourinho. And we'll never know whether Mourinho could have got more out of that League Cup final than Ryan Mason got, because that's, for the ether, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
But you hired an established winner, you gave him 18 months and you binned him.
Well, Jimmy, a Tottenham fan, is saying, look, I'm a big fan of Levy's, but sacking our best manager for decades set us back years. If there's a way to get him back, then do it. It's a no-brainer. He's magic, Mauricio Pochettino. Would you want him back? Would you have him back? Is it likely it'll happen? 08717 223344 81089. I'd like him back because I like the guy.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.